A sleeper train from London to Glasgow with 100 people on board came off the tracks at more than 70 miles per hour.
This weekend, a memorial plaque will be unveiled to remember the tragedy and to pay tribute to the emergency services. Keith Wilkinson has been back to the scene to speak to some of the people involved.
The summer of 1975, and the emergency services are dealing with a disaster at Nuneaton. A sleeper train to Scotland had come off the tracks at the station in the middle of the night. One of the first firefighters at the scene says at that stage they had no idea what was about to confront them in the darkness.
And the crews were getting lights to work so you could see what was happening, and I looked down the track to see what we got. The task in front of us looked horrendous. We had a walker on the train, on top of the carriages. We were just generally helping people at that time. People were shouting at us to help them. Well, we've got to wait for reinforcements to come. They were on the way.
We're getting organised now. We still have people trapped in the two carriages, as you can see.
Six people died, 38 were injured. Many others scrambled out in bewilderment at the horror around them, as witnessed by a local newspaper reporter.
Well, they were dishevelled, but they were zombie-like, and that's the only way I can describe it, and that's my abiding memory of shocked people walking from carnage into comfort, into a safe haven.
40 years on, Nuneaton station is still a busy place with lots of trains running at high speed. Only back then, new tracks were being laid, and in force was a vital speed limit of just 20 miles an hour. Yet the sleeper train approached at something like 70 miles an hour. Catastrophe was inevitable.
What was the first thing you saw?
Nothing.
Darkness. The roof of my carriage was completely ripped off, so I could look up and I saw a scar. Managed to crawl out.
From the bridge there, it was the carriages were like on their sides and kind of up at an angle, and just a horrible mess. Most people, just like myself, they just did not believe that in 1975 that this has happened to Nuneaton.
Emergency services say many lives were saved at the crash site, but a number of passengers faced the nightmare of being trapped for some time as rescuers cut their way into the sleeping compartments.
Well, I'm very pleased when you get to them and you help them out. And thank you very much. Some people didn't say anything; they're too shocked. They just want to get up and get out of the carriage as soon as they can, and they'll just walk away. But most people were very pleased with what we did, and we were very pleased with what we did at the end of the day.
On Sunday, this plaque will be officially unveiled at the station as a memorial.
I think it'll mean more than I will ever imagine, to be honest with you. Over the last few weeks I've spoke to many people who were deeply affected by the train crash. Some people, even though 40 years have passed, just can't talk about it now. It was an horrific crash. I think there'll be quite a few people with some water in their eyes, yes. I think it'll be quite a solemn occasion, to be honest with you.
Up to 200 people are expected at Sunday's ceremony here. 40 years may have passed, but it's a tragedy that's far from forgotten. Keith Wilkinson, ITV News.